What's happening, guys? Powerbang here, bringing you Super Queen Part 2. This is one of the most efficient Dark Elixir farming strategies out there today, and it's got a few nuances since the latest Clash update. Now we got to bring some wall breakers, a jump spell, and a poison spell. In come the wall breakers here to break the queen into the first compartment. The minions have already done their job creating the funnel to get her in there. That's trimming the outside buildings so she has nowhere to go but inside. Once she's inside and has the attention of the second layer of defenses, send in some secondary minions to help continue to funnel so that the queen does not have to backtrack and head out of that compartment. I'm sure some of you guys have had problems with her taking off on you and heading around the outside of the base, but if you can create that secondary funnel with that group of minions that you've held back, that's going to do go a long ways to helping her head into the base. Now, the jump spell here is very nice to get her, going right where you want her to. She's going to take out that dark storage, and it also helps a lot to have a poison spell handy in case you run into some clan castle troops. It will take out witches, wizards, archers, barbs, all of that good stuff. No problem with a level 1 heal spell, or not a heal spell, a poison spell. Clan castle troops are no longer any match. Now, it still goes if you do see a P.E.K.K.A. or max balloons come out of the clan castle, you'll want to leave immediately. But the whole strategy here, it still works, guys. As you can see, this queen is hauling off around the base, taking out all kinds of stuff. It still works. There's just a little bit more that you have to do to ensure that it's going to happen. This is a high level queen, but it also works with low level queens, as we'll see in just a moment. All right, Drew's going to show us here how to do the Super Queen. He's got a very high-level queen, so he's going to mow through these buildings a lot quicker than a lot of us would. But there, you guys are going to see in some replays here in just a minute that it is certainly possible to do this strategy with lower-level heroes as well. Granted, it's not ideal, but after the update, everyone should be using wall breakers here because this queen will circle unless those wall breakers are used to get her into the base. So rock the poison spell here. You see as it drops, all of these Barch troops just run into it and they die. A level 1 poison spell is enough to kill witches, wizards, archers, barbs. Any tier 1 troop is going to come out and die. Again, the wall breakers come in here and they open up these compartments so the queen is going to head into the base. Eight healers behind the archer queen here to keep her up. 9 would be sufficient on max level bases, but as you can see, when there's 2 X-bows and 2 to 3 other point defenses on the queen, she is going to struggle a little bit when it comes to her health. So she's got to get through some of those buildings first. You see he's got the heal spell there kind of in the bag, and then a jump spell is going to help get her over the wall here to move towards that core. So he's still working on getting some of these high-level defenses taken down. The minions come in to funnel, and this is what I was talking about. You have to bring in late minions here to help with the late-game funneling. If you leave those buildings up that are kind of equal with the queen or behind her, she's going to backtrack and circle out of the base. If you're able to take them out by bringing trailing minions in on the side funnels there, they're going to take out the buildings that would cause her to redirect, and she's going to pass straight to the core to take out the Dark Elixir, just like you see here. So nice job, Drew. It's exactly how it's done. You probably could have stood to have another couple healers in the bag, but when you're rushing things, trying to do some raiding efficiently and just make that DE hand over fist, sometimes it's always not ideal, and it's good to have those spells cooked. And because you can queue up spells now, that is what makes this strategy still viable, in my opinion, is the fact that you've got spells waiting. So when you do have to bust one out, you have several others kind of already made ready to replace them. So nice work on this raid. Let's check out another one. So here we have another Super Queen attempt here, and guys, keep in mind, this queen is only level 8. So many of you have asked if it's possible with a low-level queen. I've got more evidence now that says yes, it is. Granted, some things have to happen in order to make it possible, such as bringing wall breakers, bringing a jump spell, finding bases that are advantageous to hit with your archer queen, such as like this one is a low-level Town Hall 9 with openings in the walls, so it's ideal for the strategy. But notice what he does here on the right side. He drops some minions in to try to help create the funnel. He does drop a rage spell to get his queen kind of pumping through this stuff a little bit quicker. And that's your choice. You don't have to do it, but he notices all of these buildings. I mean, look at how many storages are between him and the Dark Elixir. So he basically sits in the rage here to help his queen along. And some weird stuff happens. She, for whatever reasons, decides to beeline past the mortar, past the storages directly in front of her, and shoot the elixir storage that's literally like 4 tiles away from her. Not sure why, but you know, that AI is fixed, I guess. So in comes another healer here, and keeping his archer queen up. She's gonna bang through the wall at this point. I still don't know why. I think it's because he used his ability and aggroed the archer queen with one of his archers. But, you know, that being said, he busts through the wall. Instead of going for the archer queen, he turns back and goes for the gold storage. And he's going to basically have the archer tower there in that compartment to deal with as well. So, gets that taken care of. We're going to fast forward just a little bit here to get this kind of speeded up. And skeleton traps to deal with. But now watch what he does. Sends in a whole bunch of minions here, so they take care of the funneling on this bottom side, so the queen does not head out. So she gets that cannon taken care of, and then there's nowhere else to go but in. So that's a very, very big key, guys. Late funneling, not only do you need to funnel initially to get her to go into the base, you need to keep funneling as she's in there to make her stay in there. Because as we've seen so far with this update, she is very prone to take a walk. She'll go in, see the sights, you know, look in the windows of the store, and then be like, nah, I don't want that. And then she just takes off, and then that's that. But Haas is successful here, getting that dark elixir along with a heck of a lot of loot. Goes ahead, takes down this last storage, and that is a very successful Super Queen raid. He goes ahead and takes down 350,000 elixir and about 1,200 dark elixir. So that's the way to do it, guys. Get that late funneling headed in there as well as the entry funneling, and you're going to see some success with this strategy. Here we have another low-level Super Queen example. We've got Haas again bringing the Super Queen on this Town Hall 8 base, and you're going to see him hit this symmetrical base by first dropping the Queen to pick up aggro. From the initial defensive towers, he's going to drop his wall breakers in to open up that wall for her, and the minions do the initial funneling. Now, that's kind of step number 1, is to get that Queen down, pick up the aggro if you can, and then do that initial funneling with the minions. Once the Queen starts to make her way in, that's when you have to evaluate if the defenses on the outer flanks of the raid here are going to be closer to her than the inner portion. But you see him trail in some wall breakers here, perfectly timed, breaks the wall, and that Queen is headed into the base for sure at this point. The wall's open. He's got plenty of buildings there in front of him to lead him into that dark elixir storage. So, you know, there's not a lot of dark in this raid, but he sees an opportunity to hit some elixir as well as the dark stuff. But, you know, this is just a great example of kind of showing how to do this, you know, after the update and with low-level archer queens. You basically just, you know, take a couple wall breakers with you to assist in getting in, saves the Queen time beating on walls, and it also saves the Queen beating on walls at all, because that's just something she's not prone to do anymore. So rather than her taking a walk, again, he brings in the minions to funnel the outside at the last minute. That causes her to hit the wall here, open it up, and then rather than head around to the outside, she's going to go target that mortar and elixir storage there and go ahead and get those eliminated. So fast forwarding through the rest of this raid, he does pick up a little bit more loot, but again, that's another 270,000 elixir. Again, guys, for 8 healers, it only costs 80k elixir, so a huge profit there. He dropped 7 here, so that's 70,000 elixir, so that's a 200,000 profit, plus some dark elixir. Got rid of, you know, some of that in the minions, but that just comes down to base selection, guys. The technique is the same. The base that you choose to hit with the strategy, that's on you. So I've showed you guys the replays on the Super Queen strategy after this update, and I wanted to kind of go ahead and do a live raid. I want to show you guys real time that this is still working. It does take a little bit more effort. You can't just drop your troops willy-nilly and you know, walk away, go to the bathroom, come back, and find out you've won. It's not as easy as it was before, but at the same time, it's very doable if you know what you're doing. So the first thing that you want to do is check your army composition. Make sure that you have the troops needed to make this a success. Some additions that you want, kind of modifications from the initial initial Super Queen strategy, you want to make sure you're bringing a jump spell, that you're packing at least one of those at all times for emergencies and to access the core from difficult positions. You want to make sure that you have at least one poison spell, and that's to take care of clan castle troops that may approach your queen once this raid begins. A poison spell will take out any clan castle troop that's tier 1, a witch, a wizard, basically all the stuff that can do significant damage to your queen. Again, if you guys see a P.E.K.K.A. or a group of max balloons come out of the clan castle, end your raid, because it is not worth it to lose your hero in order for her to get just a little bit of loot. She's not going to make it past the clan castle anyways, so don't feel bad wasting the healers. That's just the luck of the draw sometimes. In addition to that, make sure you got your wall breakers. You want to have a few of those. You want to have 8 or 9 healers available and 30 to 35 minions to help yourself funnel. And remember, when you're funneling, you've got your initial funnel to create and also some follow-up funneling to do. And I'll show you that as we start looking for a base here. So what we're looking for, guys, is we want a dark elixir storage in the core or wherever. We want to make sure that it has 2,000 or more dark elixir and that we can basically get to her without going through an inferno tower. Now, as long as we meet that criteria, we can go ahead and attack the base. I'm going to go ahead and click next until I find a suitable base to hit. And once we do that, we'll show you the funneling and all of the proper techniques to make this strategy work for you. Alright guys, we found a Town Hall 10 base here. It does have Inferno Towers, but the lucky thing is they are both under construction. So we're going to go ahead, have a run at this base and see what happens. This one could get a little bit interesting with the jump spell, but what we're going to do is first scout for heroes and look for those. It looks like the Queen and the King are both out of commission for this raid, and we're going to go ahead and create the funnel on the bottom here and then go all the way up to that core and try to take it out. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a nice little funnel here with my minions. They go ahead and get that done. I'm going to drop my queen as close as possible here. I do have a little bit of an issue with the air sweeper, but what I'm hoping is that the queen is going to go ahead and head in here. So you'll see the skeleton traps. You know, there's a lot of stuff shooting at my queen right now, and I'm trying to trim up some of these buildings right now. So I take out the initial ones, and what I'm hoping to do is have that queen move in a little bit, and then she's going to move in and hopefully not around, and I'm basically just kind of watching the pathing, and she should bounce over to the left here. Perfect. Now at this point, she's still going to keep moving in. I've got my jump spell ready to go at any time, and what I'm hoping to do is kind of wait for her. She should take out both of these storages, no issues at all. I might just drop some wall breakers here to get that. Where are they going? Wall breakers are just stupid this update. I mean, look at this. I'm clicking. Whatever. Anyway, probably end up using the jump spell just because the wall breakers, I mean, they were targeting this area right by the queen. That's why I tried dropping so many. But hey, whatever. Not a fan of the wall breakers this update, but it is what it is. She should move in real nicely after this expo goes down. Take out maybe the gold storage, and then she should look at the wizard tower and then in towards that dark elixir storage. So everything's going great. The minions did a great job with their funnel. There she is on the storage. I mean, that's really all you need at this point. Go ahead and open up this this wall here. Maybe the archer gets her. We'll see. Nope, wall gets opened. So the queen should circle around here once she goes ahead and takes out this wizard tower. Nice. What I was going for was to try to get this last elixir storage, and then I'm going to end this raid. Goes ahead, takes out the cannon. Very nice. And then she runs around, trips a giant bomb. Gotta love it when you trip their traps. And that's that, guys. Go ahead, use the ability. Boom. Surrender. Don't care about the trophies. I'm not looking to move up in league. You know, I'm good where I'm at. But check that out. 200,000 of each resource there. 2,800 dark elixir. Easy as pie, man. Wall breakers, you know, they're helpful, but at the same time, they've got a mind of their own. That's why you have the jump spell. And you see I did not drop it. Unless I absolutely needed it. You could tell the queen was kind of working in, doing her thing. If she started to stray away from that core, I would have dropped it to kind of redirect her and let her know that those buildings were available and she had a direct path to them. So that's how the Super Queen works, guys. This was a Town Hall 10 base with max defenses for the most part. Just completely smashed it. So leave your questions in the comments below. talk about it. I know that some of you have had questions about this strategy still being viable. You need wall breakers now. You need jump spells. If you bring those and use them wisely, and then also, funnel. Your secondary funnel is huge. Once your queen starts working her way in, if there's buildings standing behind her that are kind of flanking her, she's going to head out the outside and go to try to take those out. So make sure that you're doing your secondary funnel, getting into that core, and you're going to come away with a lot of dark elixir still. And when you head back to your camps, if you are boosting, you're going to have another army ready to go right now. And notice that queen, full health. So very good, guys. This is Powerbang. I am signing out till next time. Best of luck with Super Queen, and we will catch you soon.
Thanks so much, guys, for checking out my video. If you feel like you learned something here today and you're a better attacker for having watched it, your clanmates will probably feel the exact same way. So do me a favor, share this video with them, get them to the channel, and chances are your clan's going to be exploding for 3 stars from top to bottom before you know it. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.